Hey guys, today I'm going to be running through deactivations on Doordash. It's a incredibly hot topic this week. There's been a couple of content creators deactivated by Doordash, but I'm not going to focus on the content creators being deactivated. I'm not a drama channel. I'm not here to get involved in Doordash content creator drama. That's not what I'm interested in. What I'm interested in is to help you guys side hustle to earn extra money, increase your revenue, and be successful at what you do. So I'm going to focus on deactivations. I'm going to run through all the deactivation reasons that Doordash can do, straight deactivations plus contract violations as well. And I'm going to provide examples for each one of these clauses that we're going to run through. Now, even though I'm providing examples for this, this is not a to-do list. Never do any of these things. Never go, oh yeah, I'm going to try that one now. Don't do that, okay? We're just going to keep this nice and simple so we understand the deactivation clauses and we can put them in context for ourselves so we know, okay, that clause kind of relates to that, so I won't do that. I'll avoid doing that so I don't get deactivated. So we'll start at the highest level of deactivation first, and we'll start working our way down through the nitty-gritty and the fine print stuff. So the highest stuff is your statistics. So this is your completion rate and also your customer ratings that you get through. So your customer ratings are 4.2. If you go below that, they can look to deactivate you from there. And also completion rate, that's 80%. So if you accept an order and then you unassign the order after accepting it, if you drop below 80% on that, that's where they can start to look to deactivate you from the platform. So these ratings only kick in after accepting your first 20 deliveries, and that's when they start to look at it from there. Anything under 20 deliveries when you first start off, they don't really care about. It's only after 20, they'll start to look at these ratings. Just a factor to note for completion rate and also customer ratings, if you do get deactivated from this, you cannot dispute it based off the ratings. This is one of the clauses they have in their contracting agreements. You cannot dispute because of low ratings or low acceptance rate. Now, starting to dig into the fine print, let's start having a look at our high-level clauses and dig through them. So the first high-level clause is keeping the platform safe and secure. Now, Doordash wants you to be safe as a dasher on the road. They want their merchants to be safe and they want their customers to be safe as well. So let's have a read through a couple of these here. So violence or inappropriate behavior, including abusive language. So exhibiting objectively unsafe behavior, including physical or verbal assault of a customer, merchant, another dasher, or any other person. So I think it speaks for itself, guys. Don't act like an absolute pelican. Don't go getting into a fight with people. Don't go abusing people, saying F you, F off, so on and so forth. Don't be a pelican. Use of alcohol and drugs. So dashing while under the influence of alcohol or drugs, I think this speaks for itself as well. So don't get wasted and hop behind the wheel of your car and start driving around trying to do deliveries. One, illegal, completely not safe. And then plus, no one wants a drunk or high dasher, showing up to the restaurant or dropping off food to the customer. So yeah, just be sober, guys. Don't be a pelican again. Discrimination or harassment. Doordash is committed to providing a platform free from discrimination and harassment, blah, blah, blah. So pretty much, don't discriminate people based on, their race, color, sex, gender, national origin, ancestry, religion, creed, physical or mental disability, medical conditions, marital sexual orientation, age, profession, or anything that's protected underneath a federal law. So guys, just don't be, a piece of crap. Don't be a person. It's 2023. We all know what's right and wrong these days. So just don't be a bad person in that respect. Don't go discriminating against people, and you should be good. And by people, that's other dashers, that is restaurants, that is customers, and that's anyone else as well out in public when you are doing dashing and deliveries. Failure to comply with the law or use the platform for any criminal activity. So violating any local, state, federal laws while using Doordash platform, including applicable criminal or traffic laws. This includes, but is not limited to, theft of goods meant to be delivered, damage to or theft of any third-party property, failure to check customer ID for age restricted orders, and use of the platform to engage in or assist any potential criminal activity. So the two things from this one is probably common situations. If you're doing alcohol deliveries, make sure you're checking the age. Don't deliver alcohol to a minor. If people don't have their IDs, don't give them the alcohol or any restricted age goods. Just if they say, I do not have my ID, say, cool, I cannot give you these goods, and then return it back to the store following the prompts of what DoorDash tells you to do. So that's a big one. And also as well, criminal activity. There are package orders now. So if you are picking up a sketchy packet and you can smell marijuana or something like that, if it's drugs, don't do the delivery. You're just drug mulling at that point. So notify DoorDash, and then they can let you know what to do from there. You'll probably need to inform the police, organize it to go to the police or something like that. But I haven't been in that situation yet, but that would be notifying DoorDash. You've collected something that smells like drugs, and just don't continue with the delivery, because if you do and you knowingly do, and as a criminal act, you are caught or pulled over by the police for it, you don't want to be in that situation. And secondly, DoorDash doesn't want you in that situation. So just don't get yourself in a bad situation there. So just don't comply with that scenario. Don't go along with it or anything like that. If they turn around and say, I'm going to tip you if you do this for me, bro. No, don't. Okay? It's drug dealing. Failure to pass a background check. So failing to meet DoorDash's background check criteria is grounds to be denied access in the first place on DoorDash's platform, or account deactivation if you have already accessed the platform. So DoorDash does run through background checks even after you've signed up and you've been dashing for a while. They'll sporadically, maybe once every year, every 2 years, do an audit, run through background checks again on people. If you do get flagged up with a criminal record or background check that's not satisfactory, your account will be deactivated. You can appeal through that if you feel it is for the incorrect. Maybe someone else has got the same name as you or something like that, and you appeal it. You can go through that process, but they do keep checking. So if you do find yourself in a event where you get a criminal record while you are dashing after you've already signed up, you may be deactivated later on down the track for that. So keep that in mind. They do background checks even after you've signed up, and it's sporadic, just as an audit process. And if you're flagged up, you're flagged up. Disclosing personal information without authorization. Our community values personal privacy. Personal information may be used only for purposes of completing a delivery and may not be posted online or otherwise shared with any third party, except as may be legally required. So, that's things like, guys, if you're on like Facebook forums or groups or anything like that, don't go posting up a customer's name and their address where they live and saying, F this person or blah, blah, blah. Don't put customers' details online. Don't share it around. Just don't be a pain with that kind of stuff, guys. There is a clause there for except as may be legally required. So that's if law enforcement's involved on something, maybe you've been pulled over on a delivery, heading somewhere or leaving somewhere or something like that. At that point, just contact DoorDash and see what they want you to do. If you have to legally comply, just get DoorDash's clearance first. I'm not sure on exactly what kind of situations this would be. I'd assume that the police are already looking at a customer or looking at a certain scenario before they come knocking on your car window. Which brings us across to our next high-level clause, abusing the platform. So much of DoorDash's platform rests on minimum business standards of integrity and fair dealing. We trust Dashers to use the app honestly and with integrity. Accounts of Dashers that abuse our services or engage in fraud, or accounts of Dashers that cause others to do the same, will be deactivated. So examples of abuse and fraud include, but are not limited to, we've got a couple to go through here. So manipulating the referral system or promotions. So gaming or manipulating the consumer's referral program, the Dasher referral program, Dasher pay promotions, or other similar types of programs. So this is stuff like, say if you had a referral bonus for new Dashers to sign up, and it's $700 to do 250 deliveries. I think that's a pretty common one I see here and there, if it's available in certain areas. And then go out and get a pay-as-you-go or prepaid SIM card for a mobile phone, and then you just get one of your friends to use all their details to sign up to Doordash, and then you start driving using their account to claim in that referral bonus, and then you just keep rinsing and repeating. So don't do that, because they'll flag it up. They'll figure out, hey, well, there's something going on here, and they'll figure it out pretty fast just from details coming from your phone, more than likely, even though you are using different phone numbers. But yeah, they figure this stuff out, especially when they start seeing a common pattern of this one person is always the referee. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. They don't want you doing that kind of stuff. Using red cards improperly. So purchasing anything other than that's required by an authorized delivery. So no scanning through extra bottles of Coke, no scanning through like a couple of groceries for yourself when you're doing some shopping on the red card. No doing that, guys. So that's theft. They'll deactivate you for that. Providing information that is fraudulent or inaccurate. So misrepresenting information during sign up, giving false information to the support team during dashes, creating multiple accounts for the same individual, using the same phone number as an account already in use, or failing to accurately identify the mode of transportation being used to perform dashes. So two common things that people try to do to skirt the system here is they'll have multiple Doordash accounts. They'll log them both in at the same time because they're like, cool, I've got two accounts logged into the same zone. I've just doubled my chances of getting an order. And also identify the mode of transportation. So this is where people say, hey, I don't want to do long deliveries in my car or my motorbike, so I'll just sign up as a bicycle and then I'll use a car to drive around because the delivery radius is going to be super reduced. So that's where they flag that out as well. So if they see a bike going 60, 70 kilometers per hour frequently, they'll be like, okay, this person's not using a bicycle, this person's using a motor vehicle, and they'll flag that out. So they want people in motor vehicles to be able to take on longer deliveries, to be available for longer deliveries, and people just on bicycles to just have them short range deliveries. So yeah, they don't want you to game the system that way. Tampering with deliveries or failing to maintain standards of food safety. So opening, using, consuming, or tampering with a delivery or customer order, failing to use an insulated hot bag to safely transport deliveries. So guys, look at that. Failing to use a hot bag to transfer deliveries. So if you go into a merchant, you do not have a hot bag and the merchant reports you, you are up for deactivation. If you are dropping off to a customer and they do not see you with a hot bag and they complain to Doordash, you are up for deactivation. That's in the deactivation clauses, guys. You need a hot bag to do deliveries. The other stuff also speaks for itself. Don't go eating customers' food. Don't go opening up the bags. So also opening up the bags, important. Sealed bags, guys. Do not open it up. Do not go checking customers' orders, even though customers were like, oh, you didn't even check it. If you open up the bags, sealed bags, guys, you're up for deactivation. So don't do it. Don't eat their food. This is common sense stuff, guys. Just don't eat the customer's food. You're paid to deliver the food, not to eat their food. Disrupting the Doordash platform. So taking any action, either directly or indirectly, that is intended to or does damage, disable, interrupt, overburden, or impair the functionality of Doordash's platform or the servers or networks connected to the Doordash platform. So this is moving more into the tech side of things, guys. So this would be, doing a denial of service attack using a Dasher account to try just absolutely flood their server with requests. Dash is out on the road doing deliveries. They're not going to do this kind of stuff. This is more the IT tech savvy person is just trying to kind of mess with Doordash. So if Doordash detects a high amount of traffic coming from a single Dash's account, they'll be like, okay, no, this is a denial of service attack. Let's cut this off. This person's sending 10,000 requests per second across to our servers. It's overloading, it's slowing things down, it's jamming up the way it works on the network. So we're just going to deactivate this account. We'll cut it off. We can investigate this one later. But yeah, a normal driver should not be sending that amount of requests through. So that's just more of a network security thing, guys. Scraping, so using any robot, spider, web crawler, extraction software, automated process, blah, 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 a whole bunch of tech stuff there. So guys, people can write out programs where it pretends to be a Dasher, scrapes out the customer's information on orders. So it'll say the customer's name, where they live, customer's contact number, that they can pull it across from the application, and then they'll create a database for their own marketing purposes or whatever they want to do with it. So that kind of behavior from software, it's banned. If it detects that on the Dasher application, it's just going to deactivate that account. Unauthorized access, so gaining or attempting to gain unauthorized access to the Doordash platform or to any account, resource, computer system, or network connected to any Doordash server. This includes any breach or circumvention of any security or auth measures Doordash may use to prevent or restrict access to the Doordash platform. So yeah, pretty much guys, hacking the Dasher app, hacking Doordash, they're going to deactivate any accounts associated or any accounts using to log into Doordash to try, circumvent things or get into their system. Essentially, they're just going to cut it off, just a security measure. And third-party rights, using Doordash in any way that infringes third-party rights, including copyrights, trade secrets, trademarks, or any rights of any third party, including privacy or publicity rights. So yeah, guys, if you have an account with Doordash and then you start, for whatever reason, running some kind of marketing event to pretend that you are Doordash or that you are affiliated with Doordash for whatever reason, Doordash can deactivate your accounts that way. You're in violation of kind of marketing and using their branding, their copyright, their IP for your own commercial gain or own commercial purposes. So yep, can't do that. And these last two are on contract violations. So marking a delivery complete when you did not complete it. So completion of a delivery is made by providing the goods directly to the customer. If the customer is not available, you agree that the delivery will be considered complete only if you both, 1, make reasonable efforts to contact the customer and wait a reasonable time for the customer to accept the delivery by following the can't find customer flow on the app where available, and 2, either leave the goods at the customer's location or return the goods if a return is required for a given delivery. Required returns will have been made clear before accepting the delivery. So that ship alcohol orders and stuff, guys. So now, very importantly, under no circumstances may Dashers take the goods that they agreed to deliver. So if the customer is not available, this is saying that they can deactivate you or give you a contract violation for keeping the food. So that's why, when people aren't available, support tells you to leave it at the door and take a photo. So they're telling you to do that because that's in your terms of agreement, on your contracting terms of agreement for Doordash. You drop it off at the address provided. If it is the wrong address from the customer or whatever it might be, essentially they're saying you just drop it off there anyway, take the photo and then move on. You do not get to keep the food. So they're making that crystal clear. They've put it in bold as well, so they're taking it pretty seriously. But yeah, just abide by that, and then they got no leg to stand on if they come at you for it. And failing to make timely or safe deliveries. So you agree to retrieve the orders from restaurants or other businesses on time and safely ensure the order was accurately filled and complete. Delivery of the orders to consumers in a safe and timely fashion. Similarly, if you have also agreed to perform an additional caviar task in connection with an order, you agree to complete that additional task in the same safe, timely, professional manner. Failure to do so could result in deactivation of your account. So yeah, guys, that's just like showing up to restaurants on time, not past the expected arrival time, and also that is making sure you drop off as well to the customer within a time frame around the expected drop-off time. So if you're taking too long to show up to the restaurant or taking too long to drop it off to the customer after leaving the restaurant, you're up for a contract violation. You can dispute these ones, give them reasons and stuff like that. But yeah, even though support says to you that, oh yeah, after like 100 deliveries, like it's off your, you won't see it anymore. Yeah, guys, that's always on your record. Contract violations are always on your record. For auditing purposes, they need to see if you've had contract violations across your entire driver history. So it doesn't just disappear. You can't just delete a contract violation. Doordash always needs it there for auditing. That's their compliance measures. So it doesn't delete, doesn't disappear. It's always going to be on the record. Just make sure you dispute it, and they can mark it down saying this was overturned. But it will always sit there in the background. And caviar tasks, I think that's some little side things that popped up. So recently, in Australia, they were getting Dashers to take photos of things on shop and deliver orders. So take a photo of this milk, take a photo of this cereal box, so they could, I guess, update their application, or Coles updates their application, or whatever it was. They were asking Dashers to take photos of objects and items. So I think they were building up a database, so they're asking them to scan items and stuff like that too, before the scanning was actually confirming items. So they were trying to get the barcodes down. So I think that's what they mean by caveat tasks. So it means like if you had to scan a couple of items, you can't just take 2 hours scanning a box of cereal. They wanted you to do that in a timely manner to keep the delivery going. Of course, guys, if you ever do get deactivated or get contract violations, you can appeal them. When you're notified that you're deactivated or have a contract violation, it's going to pop up in the Dasher app. It's going to say you have it for XYZ reasons, and then it'll have its appeal links from there. So follow the appeal links through if you feel they're incorrect and you want to dispute it. But at a high level, guys, that's all the deactivation reasons. So that's running through the A to Z of the deactivation alphabet. Now you know everything that you can be deactivated for, with all the clauses for it. So as long as you follow the rules, you don't fall into them deactivation clauses, you should be good out there dashing. You should be doing fine. You won't run into any issues like that. So just take it all with a grain of salt. I understand that sometimes customers do make up some little fib stories to DoorDash, but just make sure you dispute it with them, explain your side of the story every time. So now we are all experts on the deactivation policies. I just want to reiterate as well, I am not an employee of DoorDash. I do not work for DoorDash, the company. My word is not scripture and gold, so don't go saying to DoorDash, oh, Chris Boy said this. No, I'm just going off the information that's available from their websites on their deactivation policies and the deactivation rules for it. So this is all publicly available information. I'm just regurgitating it to you guys in video format. But that's all for today, guys. If you learned a couple of things and got some value out of this video, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out and helps me grow this channel so I can keep giving this information to you guys and help new people, new Dashers get involved in side hustling, make sure they're doing the right things out there. No one wants Dashers to have a horrible name. So if they don't screw up and get themselves deactivated by doing horrendous things, I think that's better for all of us involved. But until next time, guys, peace out.